Welcome back, everybody.
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right, so last week's revelation was crazy.
Yeah, there was so much going on in the episode right up until that point that there was actually... I forgot almost about a lot of what was going on. There was a bomber,
Yeah.
and Middle East peace is in jeopardy. And then, of course, we had the cliffhanger, which is Toby, who I don't know how to feel about, was the leak.
What I find interesting about all that is the fact that Richard Schiff is not a fan of it.
Well, it's definitely going to change what happens to him on the show if he's even still around that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But also, like, the implications of it, too. It's like... The fact that he's like, yeah, Toby wouldn't do that. It's not that I don't think Toby wouldn't do that. I don't think Toby would let somebody take the blame.
That was kind of my thing. Is Toby was really letting other people swing for it.
Yeah.
Greg Brock in particular.
Yeah.
Who was already in jail.
And he sees that guy all the time. He's the communications director. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like,
well, Toby picked him to leak the information to him, and then he goes to jail, and Toby stayed silent.
Yeah.
That doesn't look great for Toby. And then he kind of let this big investigation happen, and there was a combination of factors that was breaking point, right?
Yeah.
One, CJ was going down for it, which is big, and two, Santos was going to go down for it. The election was going to go down for it. I'm not sure which one played a bigger role in Toby finally being willing to confess, but
I think ultimately, probably the campaign.
it might have been.
I want to say it's CJ, but like, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a choice. It's a choice to make.
He's obviously a lot closer to CJ than he was to Greg Brock, and he's obviously also not a huge Santos fan.
Yeah, but
he doesn't want the Republicans to win
for sure. But Toby's not a bad guy. He's a little rough around the edges. That's why it's like it's kind of. It's a real choice. It really is.
It's definitely a strong choice of kind of refocusing where they go with it. I want to see how it plays out. Obviously,
yeah. Me too.
I obviously love Richard Schiff as an actor. I love his performance on this show. I just feel like, and I can't remember if we even really talked about this at the end of the last episode. I just don't feel like there's a lot to do at the White House right now anyway. You know what I mean?
We've definitely mentioned that before. Yeah,
I feel like the campaign is so much more important. It's so much bigger.
Yeah.
It's newer. It's more interesting because we've never seen this on the show before in terms of a direction. We've got great people. Most of the cast is really working on these two campaigns now.
Yeah.
We just kind of have had Bartlett and CJ and Toby kind of hanging out with Kate Harper and Charlie in the White House.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without a whole lot to do.
Every time we cut back to the West Wing, it's largely CJ's.
It is.
Her perspective,
Yeah.
And maybe that's the way they go on the show now, is like with this Toby situation wrapping up, maybe they do focus more on the campaign for the rest of the show.
They must, right? And here's the other thing I wanted to say, because I had to honestly look at a recap of the episode, because I was like, the Toby thing overshadowed so much that I forgot some of the stuff because there were so many things happening before that.
It was a big episode. It was a huge episode.
And we were with the bombing I hope we don't focus too much on that. And honestly, here's why. I felt like one of the weaker storylines over the last couple of seasons has been Jed Bartlett brings about Middle East peace. You know what I mean? Over in like 2 episodes. You know what I mean? I was like, that is some pie in the sky. It's kind of like when Toby saved Social Security in one episode.
It's a huge stretch.
I get that this
to go back to it too. It's like
right.
Pie.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like that this is an ideal show, right? You want to see politicians doing their best to make the right things happen, and the struggles they go against doing that.
Yeah.
But one, Toby takes an episode to save Social Security by bringing the Republicans and Democrats together all at once.
Still a pretty good
and
episode.
2, Jed Bartlett brings the Palestinians and the Israelis together and creates Middle East peace in a trip to Camp David. It's kind of like these are the ones that stretch credulity a little too much for me.
Sure.
And it's like, do we have to go back to that now? I was really okay kind of moving on.
I thought they ended it well
that.
because it culminates in Leo having his heart attack.
Right, yeah, it did, yeah.
And so when that was finished, I was like, okay, like we're done with that now.
I was like, I feel like that was a little much, but okay, we're done with it.
You sold me on it the first time.
Yeah, close enough.
We're gonna get back to that again. Like, come on,
do we have to get back to that? Does that have to be a storyline? Because
could be a misdirect. Who knows?
Season 6 was great. Season 7's been better. I really don't feel like that's a necessary thing to jump into. It's like wading back into the Cuba episode again a little bit,
Yeah, let's see what they do.
Let's see what they do.
I have confidence.
Right. I feel like there's gonna be some focus on Toby this episode.
Let's see if they land the
Let's
plane.
get there, yeah. All right, I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us and give a special thank you to all our super patrons. AB, Actuary Lurker, Ballage Foldus, Chris, Derek Peterson, Devin Garneau, MTC93, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Giverston, Natasha Norris, NJ, Sudugun Vorapu, Torgeir Linkstad, Trey Contreras, Ware Panda 47, Yannick from Montreal, Jojo Potato, and Wolfgang Wolf. So much. Thank you so much, guys. That's what I meant to say. So much love you. Really appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you, guys. That was very Saturday Night Live.
Right, thanks.
But
I'm just a frozen caveman.
if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
In the description below, you'll see a link to our Patreon page for full-length reactions. We are way ahead on Patreon of everything on YouTube, but you are going to have to sync and watch along on your own source material. We do obey copyright law. Mm-hmm. Here today, Toby gets cuffed and stuffed.
Yeah, gone tomorrow.
Yeah. We're going back to the moment.
So I guess I should stop.
CJ, the leak.
Let's have a toast. One final toast.
She thought she was going to get arrested for something she didn't do.
Yeah. It's such a big moment. I know why. This is so smart to start here.
I got a lawyer. I did it.
God, how does she take this?
I know.
When she's been the victim of this for so long.
She'd probably, I'd be angry.
I'd be furious.
Yeah.
Call the White House counsel's office and someone over immediately.
I just didn't want you to think
We
that.
really can't have any further conversation without counsel present.
Yeah.
Well, she has a lot she wants to say. Mm-hmm. But she's right. Everything will be up on the record that they say right now.
You can't tell me a thing now.
Yeah. This is so tense, just the two of them sitting in silence here.
Wow. This is really good.
It's really professional of her just keep her mouth shut when she does not want to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to. Kind of surprised she's staying in the room. Like, I'd step out until the counsel got there.
I was told to come right in.
Mike, is it?
Mr. Ziegler?
Toby, would you tell Mike what you just told me?
I was the one who leaked the information. Classified military space shuttle to Greg Brock of the New York Times.
Where's Oliver Babish?
Out to dinner.
This guy's reacting more
I'll
than
need the
CJ
key to
is.
your office. I'll have to ask you to accompany me directly to the Roosevelt room. I retrieve your key, lock your office, and post a uniformed Secret Service agent at the door.
It's all evident. It's a crime scene now. God.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's a crime scene. Like, everything in there is going to be confiscated.
Yeah.
His computer is going to be confiscated. God, this is a big deal. He just admitted to a felony to the White House lawyers.
As soon as he said it to CJ, it's just immediate action. That's crazy. And the way they portrayed that, I love that.
The silence of waiting for the lawyer to show up there.
That was really well done.
Yeah, it was.
Also, I don't know if he'll show up again, but I kind of want to see a scene with Greg Brock now. I want to hear his side.
Well, because he's going to get out of jail now.
Yeah. But I want to hear his side. I want to see a scene with him and CJ.
We may not actually get much on the campaign trail this episode at all, if anything.
Yeah. Can Greg Brock come back? Can he come back to the White House, Greg Brock?
Go right back to his job. Yeah, I think he would. Unless the president doesn't want him to because he published it, but he should be able to.
Yeah.
We're going to need the room.
There was nothing on the schedule.
We're going to be needing the room.
Sure, absolutely.
I'll have to ask you not to speak to anyone about anything in my absence.
I have to scan this stump speech for racial code words.
You're not going to solve interracial sensitivity in the next 40 minutes.
Honey, I have to do this.
All work and no play. Come on, the headphones thing should be a plus. You hate it when I talk in the movies.
You'll just get louder.
Thought you liked it when I got loud.
Yeah, right. We don't need to break the bed on the plane.
Hurricane Santos.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Whom will I be addressing in the Situation Room?
I like how this is shot.
That would be
with
no
him
one.
there,
You're not going in the sit room. You're going to tell me what you have to say, and then I'm going in. You have any idea how thoroughly I could get you bounced over this?
I was right, wasn't I?
Before we discuss how right or not right you are, were, or ever have been, I need a solemn vow you'll never ambush a senior White House official again.
We never saw his face directly.
It's morning in Jerusalem. You wanted to call about the Farad funeral. Right.
Is he just having a weird day, too?
Don't worry about it. If I caused you any problems...
Don't worry about it.
I'm sure you
you're
didn't.
off the hook.
Yeah, she's off the hook completely.
Yeah.
CJ's off the hook.
Toby, got a minute? No.
We just want to get your take on these OMB numbers.
Go away.
All right, we'll leave them on your...
Go!
Vigorous isn't the opposite of old. It's the opposite of vigorlessness.
How long till he finds out, too?
Yeah.
He is inconveniently spry.
Who's that?
What?
Spry. It's a word that's only used to describe old people.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. It's got the new tracking numbers, 9 and older. 9 points is 9 points. That's what I thought then, but you all were so happy.
So basically, you've been wrong about this twice now.
Yeah. You are very alone now, man. Don't call anybody. It's going to be a thing. Except his lawyer. You got a lawyer, call your lawyer.
Maybe that's who he's calling. Pull the number out of his wallet.
As my attorney, you should probably know that I just confessed to C.J. Craig that I was behind the leak. I'm about to be debriefed by White House counsel.
You left him in the room with the phone? Who were you talking to?
My attorney's voicemail?
Who else have you called or spoken to since Mike's been gone?
No one. Ed and Larry.
Who?
They were here maybe 10 seconds.
Mike said I need to speak with them.
They're going to beat him up for a second.
I know, right? It's like, this guy.
Get the phone book.
You're in some trouble, and I'm personally truly sorry about that. You've put this administration into difficulty. So my immediate professional concern is whether you put the president into jeopardy as well. We're going to be here for a bit. Were you the sole individual involved in leaking this?
Yes.
Anyone suggest you leak it?
No, it was conceived and executed solely and completely on my own.
You tell anyone you were planning on leaking this?
No.
Did you speculate to anyone?
This is interesting how they're shooting.
Yeah. Have him completely out of focus.
Yeah.
Focus on Toby's head.
No, I didn't speak to anyone at any time, thinking, planning, dreaming, or having an out-of-body experience.
It's cute, the out-of-body thing, but I don't recommend it with the FBI or the Congressional Committee or any of the people who'll be following me.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them. Yeah.
That was lovely.
I have to call Zahavi.
He's not going to react well to this at all. Bartlett's going to lose it.
So mad.
He and Toby have fought so much.
You haven't forgotten that Ellie and Vic are coming by.
No, our daughter's getting engaged to the fruit fly guy.
Did you know that fruit flies reproduce at a prodigious rate?
Man, you've been whining about more grandchildren.
My God.
Did you and she never discuss it?
Oh, no, there's some things that are outside even the mother-daughter bond. Did you and she?
We always adhere to a strict don't ask, don't tell policy.
Someone in the Texas AG's office has obtained the complete medical records of 120 women who had abortions in 3 of the clinics there.
We're not commenting.
We have to.
This is a state matter.
From the congressman's home state.
How important is Texas?
Pretty important.
No, not pretty important. With Phoenix Lock on California, this is the whole BOW.
Ball of wax. We don't need those people to vote for us. We need them to stay home.
The campaign is stagnating because the poll numbers are.
Wind will pick up.
You and I need to be a stiff wind that blows through the staff and carries a bunch away.
Yeah, you only got a couple months left.
This group isn't cutting it.
We're fine.
We need more experienced hands. Look around you. We're a little heavy on the wide-eyed and dewy.
We start firing people. It's gonna look like the campaign's in trouble.
The campaign is in trouble. It looked like we noticed.
That's a lot of names.
Anyone you want to fight for?
Ned,
He's not built for this.
so we don't fire anyone.
I'll keep it whistle past the graveyard, but it'll be your future gets buried when you preside over 49 state wipeout.
Really looking forward to things getting back to normal around here.
Yeah. That's worth 1,000 words.
Did you have any private conversations with the president
Yeah.
regarding the existence of the military shuttle?
No.
Did you have any internal White House conversations with anyone at any time about the United States possessing a classified military space shuttle?
Yes.
With whom?
C.J. Craig.
C.J. Craig.
She just asked, though. She didn't cross. And she told at Bobby Shaw she talked to him about it.
If it rains on a picnic, Frost thinks Al-Qaeda seeded the cloud.
Why do you keep him in the job?
He's a good analyst. Are there Islamic extremists who dream of a
Look
new
how they're
China
focused
to
on
Spain
her
caliphate?
again.
Sure.
A lot of interesting directorial choices about where the camera is in this one.
I'm so fascinated by it. It's a really good choice, and I like how they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
When you spoke to Greg Brock of the New York Times, you were aware you were speaking on the record? So that would be a yes.
That would be an of course.
You were aware this information was classified?
Excuse me? You're asking me if I knew that the military space shuttle was classified?
Just answer the question.
Yeah, I had a vague inkling.
Alana Waterman, Mr. Babish. I'm Mr. Ziegler's attorney, and as such, I must inform counsel that my client will not be answering any further questions. If I may have a word in private with my client?
But I am taking full responsibility, and I am prepared and ready to face the consequences.
Well, that's very noble. If you were truly the only one involved...
I was.
Well, then that's unfortunate, because it means you have no bigger fish.
I'm not looking to cut a deal.
Oh, really? Well, because the last time I checked, the sentencing guidelines, even for somebody who's a first-time offender, were 63 to 78 months If you decide you want to go down in some quasi-orgasmic blaze of attempted glory, all anyone's going to say is, how did Alana Waterman
That's probably true, actually.
let her client as to get himself 6 years in jail?
I would do what she says. You're done. There's no point in helping him make it worse.
Cooperate.
Yeah.
Who was it who first informed you of the existence of a classified military space shuttle?
I declined to answer on the advice of counsel.
Okay.
Please wait here.
Is he just going to be arrested now?
Yeah, probably.
If you gentlemen are done for the night, you should probably go home.
Yeah.
Assassination's been a historic tactic of Russian security services. I feel there's reason to look in their direction.
The Russians and Kazakhs are allies.
Moscow's not thrilled with this budding relationship. Not only is it competitive with Russia's own oil interests, but it's emblematic of China's growing dominance in the region. It's Russia's interests that are most directly served by removing the sitting president.
Russia and China, eyeball to eyeball in Central Asia.
Over oil.
Oh, God. This is so scary.
We need some humor.
Yeah.
Lou and I have been discussing the staff.
What about?
Making some changes.
Are you kidding me?
She's not talking to you.
Could be time for a mid-course correction.
How many people are we talking about?
About 45.
You can't be serious.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
It's a lot of people. It is a big layoff, and it's going to get noted in the press. But if you think it's needed,
I do. One of the people is Ned Carlson.
What?
send him back to the congressional office. And we will get him something in administration.
Okay, he went right along with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to be the one to tell him?
You can take care of it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I don't want to.
I wouldn't want to fire other people. Yeah.
Toby mentioned he discussed the existence of the military shuttle with you.
He did.
Did you direct him to leak the information?
I did not.
His account matches yours. It's important that everyone's stories are in sync. Spoken to anyone outside the building?
No. I placed a call to Leo McGarry.
For what purpose, CJ?
I didn't reach him.
He and you should be very glad about that.
Yeah.
You have between now and tomorrow morning, when I imagine the first question will come about this, to consider whether you had a particular reason to phone Leo McGarry this evening, which might to outsiders appear like consideration of a cover-up. It's time to tell the president.
What will be the recommendation of the council's office?
Same as yours.
Fired and charged. I mean, that's all you can do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to hear all about the proposal. Tell me everything.
The two of us and my Secret Service detail.
White House wedding at Christmas?
No, I don't think she wants that.
What could be more
Oh,
wonderful?
no, undoubtedly.
What about she said? Let her talk.
Yeah.
Why don't you consider having the wedding after your father has left the office entirely?
There's another consideration that may need to take precedence. As far as scheduling goes.
Is she pregnant?
She's pregnant, yeah. We can put it together. Yeah.
Grandpa!
Yeah.
We should probably get right on to scheduling that then.
CJ and Oliver Babish would like to speak with you.
Of course.
CJ and Oliver here to ruin your evening.
Yep.
You just found out you're going to be a grandpa again. Nice touch.
Yeah.
Why'd you do it?
Save lives.
Your brother was
Yeah.
an astronaut. The weaponization of space.
I believe in an open society. You debate these things in the light of day. That's what's supposed to happen in a democracy.
A couple of well-placed editorials, some cable news spots, public demonstrations. This could be very helpful. There's a lesser criminal statute, 35 U.S.C. 799. Penalties likely a fine, no more than a year's jail time.
That's better than 6 years in prison. This is the thing he's not going to like, is the president finding out.
Yeah.
Toby, is it possible to be astonished and at the same time not surprised?
That's kind of how I felt.
The political fallout is not my first concern. I'll make a statement. And Toby,
I'll take care of that, sir.
no, bring him here.
He is radioactive, sir, potentially toxic to the presidency.
Thank you for your counsel, but I have to do this myself.
And then I have to insist on being present.
Yeah. I appreciate the fact that he wants to talk to him. I really do.
Depending on what he says. Because he's firing him.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what puts people off. Lurking.
Again.
Yeah, right?
For your theory? Not well. I think there's a better one.
All right, your theory. What is it, Tell me?
It leads to Russia and China on the brink of confrontation. Japan and the United States being drawn in against their will. It's your basic horror show.
Very cool. You want to grab coffee?
No.
What vibe did you get where she was going to say
Yeah.
yes to that?
World War III?
Yeah.
Am I in trouble?
You know, this kind of thing is never easy, but we've decided to make a change. And you're one of the people we're gonna let go. I'm sorry.
You're firing me.
It's reassignment, back to the congressional office.
You don't fire me. Does the congressman know about
He
this?
signed off on it, yeah. Talking to the congressman isn't gonna change anything.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for all your hard work.
Screw you. If you want to know why this campaign is floundering, look in the mirror.
And he might be right to an extent, too.
Sure.
I can't talk about this right now.
I feel like I owe you an apology.
You don't. The president wants to see you. Just Toby.
It's all right, go home.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that room if I was CJ.
I haven't had much time to absorb this news, so I'll apologize in advance if I express any half-formed thoughts that you've always been heading for this sort of crash and burn. That self-righteous superiority. That you were purer, morally superior.
Due respect, sir, I don't think I'm morally superior to everyone.
Just to me.
Sir, I've drawn up a letter of resignation.
I have to fire you.
Yeah.
For cause.
A guard will come to escort you from the building immediately.
That's that.
Thank you, Mr. President.
When you walk out of here, there'll be people out there, perhaps a great many, who'll think of you as a hero. I just don't for a moment want you thinking I'll be one of them.
Ooh. That is hard.
Ooh, yeah. That's the goodbye he gets. That lighting on him there.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
I'm offering, well, not so much offering as dragooning you to be the new White House Communications Director, starting immediately. Congratulations.
Oh.
Toby Ziegler has been fired for an egregious national security violation. Toby. Feel free to use Annabeth's old one for the time being, which, come to think of it, used to be yours.
And Sam's. Yep.
Not so funny, really.
No, not so much.
Oh.
Rough day for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I mean, the campaign's over, so Will has no reason to stay with the vice president. That's why he went with him, is to groom him for next.
This makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Rough in there. Thought he'd thank you for your service.
He's angry.
Someone should thank you for your service.
Mr. Ziegler, I'll need your hard pass, sir.
Yeah.
If you come with me.
White House Communications Director Toby Ziegler confessed to making an unauthorized disclosure of classified national security information. Mr. Ziegler was immediately fired from his position in this administration, effective at once.
Just the national humiliation of that.
I know. This is actually giving me goosebumps. I
Yeah.
got the chills from this. Nobody does.
Is he
like
done
this.
on the show then? Is there a way they're going to keep him around? Maybe follow his case a little?
I don't know. I mean, because do you go to trial, I would assume?
He
Right?
would.
Yeah.
I mean,
like I said, the FBI is going to talk to him. and
yeah,
all
he's
that,
got
so, you know.
he's got some time.
I just don't see the point of showing that, though. You know,
Right. I don't
we
know.
Covered it here.
It's yeah. I mean, there's no ambiguity to it.
No,
You know,
not at all.
There's no like, oh, is he guilty? Isn't he? We know. We know he's going to be convicted. We know he's going to confess.
So, in the first episode, we see Toby talking to the president, obviously, and he asked him, "How's Colombia?" Is that what he said?
Yeah.
And then he said, "There's worse places to be or to spend time." Somebody on Patreon pointed that out. Well, that hits different now, knowing this.
Yeah, he's off teaching.
Yeah. And also, worst places to spend time. Yeah. So he probably does a little jail time then.
Yeah, it's probably does, right? He's out. Yeah, the worst places to spend time. So he might go to a federal prison for a little while and find himself a college professor.
I'm just, I wonder when the next time we see Toby is going to be then, you know?
Yeah, I don't think he's off the show.
No.
And
completely.
If he is, I just think they're going to have to be creative in the writing for how they get him in. We're not done with this story completely.
Sure. And, you know, if we are, just saying
right.
if, I think this was a really good episode as a send-off. This was a fantastic episode.
Right.
Not just in terms of, Toby's storyline, but like artistically it was shot so well.
It was shot really well. A lot of interesting camera choices, focusing on observing characters rather than ones that were actually talking.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that going on.
And, on top of all of that, the Kate storyline,
right.
There's the potential for World War III.
Right, yeah.
That's a biggie.
Yeah. Mr. Frost just being shown in broken reflections for the whole episode.
Yeah, how does Frost
choice? Yeah.
know that? Like, you know, because he called it. He called.
Well,
the
he's a CIA analyst, but he was guessing.
He was guessing. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, he called it.
He had a theory, and it worked out, but his theory was actually wrong. It got to the same place, but not in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So he was right on who was going to die. He was wrong on how and who made it happen. It looks like, if Kate's right. I'm assuming Kate's right.
Okay. Well, I want to see more of that for sure.
Sure, yeah.
Especially for wrapping up the whole leak storyline.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that because, I mean, that's going to be important, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be our West Wing storyline.
Yeah.
Largely. Whereas I think there's going to be, again, puts more focus on the campaign.
Yeah.
Now that Toby's not really in the position anymore. Mm-hmm. We've brought Will over.
Yeah, first time we've seen Will this season.
Yeah, we haven't seen Will at all since Santos got the nomination. There's been no point really in seeing Russell or Will really. Mm-hmm. So I mean, yeah, he's gone, and for you know, Toby's gone, and for a good reason, and Will's a really smart choice to immediately step into that position.
Yeah, that was a brutal line from Bartlett too, by the way. I'm not one of them.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you're a hero when he left. Yeah. I mean, again, it could have been way harsher than it was.
Yeah.
But you know,
Bartlett's got style.
He does. He very much conveyed his disappointment and his anger. It was pretty clear.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we've new chapter on this show for sure moving forward.
Yeah, man. And I was kind of hoping that we'd see Josh's reaction.
We won't.
We're not going to see it. He might address it in the next couple episodes or something.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll mention it. But yeah, as far as his immediate reaction, we would have seen it there when the news was breaking. You know, on Bartlett's speech. But I wonder how much we're going to see Will moving forward on the show. I'm sure we'll at least some.
I would hope a little bit more. A little more.
Right.
He was.
I mean, more than we have been because it's been zero, right?
Pretty much, and it's like he's good at his job.
Yeah.
And even though he was, going hard for Russell,
right?
I still like Will.
No, I do
too.
I
still want to see Will.
He was just backing the wrong horse in the election, but that happens to everybody.
Sure.
Look at Donna. Donna's off the show right now because she was backing the wrong horse.
We haven't seen Donna yet either, have we?
We will. There's no way that Donna's storyline's just done.
No, for sure. And also, I really hope we see Toby again, especially with Josh, because they're still not good,
right?
Since their fight they had.
Yeah.
I need some resolution there, and plus, all these characters, they're like family, so it's like they obviously doesn't stay that way. They're coworkers, but they've been through so much together. I just want to see some sort of resolution between the characters.
7 years with these characters, you don't want someone to be just gone so unceremoniously.
Yes.
But we'll see what that looks like moving forward. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
See ya.